had an okay weekend. I'm okay. I'm alive. That's all I will say. Mm. Honestly, any day I'm alive, I guess is a good day. Um, Hopefully your weekend was good. Also, for those who didn't see the post that I did that came up, should have been posted early this morning. I wrote down the way because there are people that voted they're interested in seeing which ways they could support this disability YouTube channel. I put a post up on my YouTube channel about different ways that you could contribute or support this channel. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry you had a hectic Monday. Okay. All caught up on all the shows that are most current. Sorry, I'm all caught up with the shows that all my shows that came out, and I'm current with those. I was watching Living Single before I came on here. Yeah. Try not to overwork myself like I often do. Like if I feel something's doing stress me out, I move it to the next day so I don't overlap. Honestly, you said what are my thoughts? I don't know. I do feel like it's not their CEOs. I just don't think it's gonna be them. I don't know why. I don't think they're one of the killers on that show. I don't know why. I don't think they are. I feel like they're trying to put that in there for the twist, but I don't believe it though. I do think it's bullcrap that that guy pretended to be like on Mabel's side or like bond with Mabel, and then he ended up like getting control of their platform. That was bullshit, by the way. Well, hello. Now I already said hi. You don't have to say it multiple times. Please don't say it multiple times. Um, you don't think it's going anywhere? I think that, like I said, I told you. I think that I'm fine. Um, I think that they're trying to make us think that the CEOs did it, but they didn't do anything. I think that, like I said, I think they're trying to point us down one direction, but I don't think it's actually what it actually is. High Potential is really good. That show is really great. I really love that show. It's great. Um, I like the show Doc. It's really good. They brought that show is good. Continues on from whoever keeps pushing the like button and then unliking it. It's really getting on my nerves. Please stop doing that. Um, but like I said, they continued off of last season, which was good. I will not give away the details because some people might want to watch the show Doc. It's really good. I definitely love Reasonable Doubt. It's a really good series. And I love how it always starts off with you like it seems like it's gonna go one way, but then it goes another way. And I knew when I first saw the first episode, the first episode of season 3, I knew he was the person who she was talking to was going to be her first client on the season. I knew. I don't know why I thought that, and I really got to see. I can't wait to see how it's going to unfold the darn crime. I need to know. I want to know. I know. I don't care. I know he killed her. I just don't know how. I just don't know how he did it though, because I know they're going to try to cover it up. And then I hope Jax. I love Jax. Jax is really good, and I love that they have a black woman being the lead character in a series. I like when there are female characters that are non-white. Lead characters that are non-white in series. Which is awesome. I I'm thinking. I just like when people like I liked Quantico because Priyanka Chopra was the not she was the lead character and she was non-white. I didn't say I don't. It's not that I hate white female character leads or white male character leads, but those are so common. It gets on my nerves. That's all. Because I feel like it's not much representation for other races, and I think it's unfreaking fair. It almost makes it seem like male and female leads that are are not good at their role, which is not true. They're not given the chance. Is the problem. Um, Hence why I liked Quantico, and I liked. Let's be honest, I liked Quantico. I liked How to Get Away with Murder. I like. I'm still watching Scandal, but I like that role. I don't like the role she's playing. I like her being a strong female, black female. I don't like her being like a freaking whore now. I don't like how they made her seem like a whore. I didn't like that crap. No, I didn't like that. What other shows do I like? I'm gonna think. Um, I've had so many darn shows. I'm trying to think, and I actually have to think hard, like where I see female leads that are non-white. Hmm, dang on it. But I watch so many different darn shows. I'm trying to think through. No, that's not. Mm-mm. Cover Hero, I think had a. I believe there was she was a female lead, but and she was black or biracial, I believe. So I watched so many darn series, so I'm trying to go through all of them in my head, but that's not working out very well. My point is, I think each race should have adequate representation, and I don't feel like it's done like that. And I don't really care if people agree or don't agree with me. I don't give a fuck what people. I don't care what people think about what I say because I'm allowed to have my own opinion. The same way other people are allowed to have their own opinion. But um, I watched Sleepy Hollow. I did watch that. I don't know if it was a TV show. I know it was a movie. I don't know if they had. I don't remember if they had. Darn, I don't remember. That was a. I never saw if that's a show. I didn't see the show. I saw the movie with Johnny Depp. That crap was freaking hilarious. I swear that crap. Man, uh, Johnny. Let's be honest. Johnny Depp is a really good actor. So, from at least I think so. I don't really care what other. I don't really care what other people say. I think he's a really good actor. I think and I think Tom Hanks is a really good actor. Both of them are really talented. I think Angela Bassett is a really good actress. I'm trying to think of any female actors that I like. No, I don't. I don't think I really have any too many. Oh, I never saw a TV show. I never saw a TV show. Sleeping. I never seen this TV show Sleeping Hollow. I saw the movie. That movie. I just remember him passing out. I'm sorry. I just remember him passing out because my dad was watching it and I was like, "What's this?" He's played so many different roles. I've never seen an actor play so many different roles besides him and Tom Hanks. They've played so many different. They're all different kind of roles. They're not all the same. Like, and that to me, when someone can play all different roles and still do like as well a job on the different roles they play, it tells me if they are good at their job. Honestly, I would say Angela Bassett. I've seen him and no, I've not seen all of the the Caribbean. No, I've seen some of them. I haven't seen all of them. I saw him in Edward Scissorhands. And what else was he in? There was enough stuff I've seen. I just can't think right now. My brain's like not thinking. I'm sure there's stuff before. You know, actually, I watched. I think I watched a documentary about him. And I think they said he didn't want to actually. It's not that he didn't want to become an actor, but I think he wanted to be a musician. Which I did not know he could play the way I saw on. The only reason I found out he could play is this one commercial I saw. I was like, Dad. I was asking my dad because he watches a lot of different, like Johnny Depp and other different movies, different styles, and I know he likes Johnny Depp. So I asked him. I said, Dad, like, what did you know that Johnny Depp he didn't actually intend on becoming an actor at first. He wanted to be a musician. Did not know that. I mean, my dad knew that, but I didn't know. I'm also way younger, so I didn't know things that probably happened before my time because they're all older than me. So, um, yeah, I just think it's interesting. Like, I think it's really cool when you find out. Like, I don't know if you ever seen. I don't know if you know. Well, I don't know if you've seen so, oh yeah, I know what show I'm talking about. I'm just trying to think of her name. Hold on. Her name is Leah Thompson. She was the only show I ever seen her on because I don't watch too many things like with. I don't know all of their own actors and actors and whatever, but I know the lady who played the mom on Switched at Birth, the one who played Catherine. I did not know she could sing until I heard her on one episode. She actually has a really really good singing voice. Like I did not expect. I was like, because at first I was like, maybe they, because you know how sometimes when you're watching a TV show or a movie, they put someone's voice in there and it's not actually the voice. I'm just saying because it happens. But that was actually her voice. It was on one of the episodes. They were at like a church. They were at a church gathering, and then she was trying to get her son to try to come up and sing because he was losing his way in music because he loved music, and then he kind of lost his way because he got depressed and stuff about some stuff that happened in the show. Which honestly, I can understand why he got depressed. That crap was bullshit, by the way. Uh-huh. It was just weird because in the show, Switched at Birth, well, on the first season, like Bay's boyfriend, which is his sister Bay, and Toby, which is the character I'm talking about, who is played by Lucas Grabel. Um, his character, his girlfriend cheats with Bay's boyfriend, and then it's like a whole freaking mess. And Toby is in a bang with Emmett, who is the guy who cheated with his girlfriend. It was a whole nightmare. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really kind of interesting how, and it's honestly, I love how they got the, like, for Switch to Birth. I love that there are actual people that are deaf on the series because it's authentic. Of course, ASL for here is not the same as any other country, so which is American. Of course, ASL stands for American Sign Language, so it's gonna be different in different countries. So I just think it's really cool that they have both, like, different aspects of, you have hearing, man, and then I love how we get to, as I hear, well, like us, the people that are hearing in the audience get to see what it's like for to watch a conversation play out in sign language, and it shows the experience of what it would be like if you couldn't hear, like, and I think it's honestly um when I first experienced sign language in person, like a full on conversation, that was so intense, and it's I don't even know how to explain it to you what it's like. It's when you, because you're like, for me, it's fluent for me to be able to hear. Watching someone sign when they're fluent at it, it's very overwhelming and intense. It's not a bad thing. It's just like I can't grasp it as well because I am not fluent in it. Like, it's not my first language. So uh I was I remember, like, because I had a deaf professor, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if I say something wrong, my gosh, she's gonna know, because, and I'm not doing it on purpose, but the thing is, because I'm fluent in something, and she's not, because I remember when we used to have, at least in college, we had tests, like, that were in sign language. Oh my gosh, I felt so intimidated. Even though I'd practiced, it's intimidating when you have to, like, do that right in front of someone that is fluent in the language you're not fluent in. It's like, for me, since I'm fluent in speaking, even though I know not everyone, and some deaf people can read lips, uh, some can read lips, and others, I don't even know how they do it. I'm like, my brain's trying to grasp it because I'm thinking this is what they got to deal with all the time. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, watching, even on the show, I love how they show in Travis's family, his family, even he's the only one deaf and everyone else is hearing, and everyone, they didn't even try to, like, they didn't pick up sign language, they didn't take no sign language classes. I'm thinking, that must be effed up. Like, you're the only one that is deaf, but you are trying to pick up what your family's saying, but you can't because you're deaf and they're not even trying to, like, understand you or kind of communicate with you. And honestly, I think, honestly, for me, I like sign language. I just wish I wish my brain could absorb it better. I do like sign language because I feel like I just like it. I don't know. And I think, honestly, if I was fluent in it, the same way I was in speaking, I guess, I feel like it'd just be awesome. Like, I just think it's really a awesome culture. Like, even experiencing it through my cousin, who was partially deaf or half deaf. I don't know how to say it. She's deaf in one ear. So my point is, and she's the one that I got the response from for my deafness is and deafness is not. I gave my own responses for those two videos, but she was the one I honestly. sometimes I forget she's deaf. I'm not gonna lie, I do forget because I mean I forget it, but then I realize, oh crap, when she tells me I remember. But it's because I don't know. I just don't. I because I know. I don't know because I think I forget because I'm not around her as often I was never always around her, so I was around her enough, but I always forgot because if you're like around someone every day, you wouldn't forget that. But because we weren't around each other that often, we saw each other enough, but we weren't around each other constantly. I think that's the reason I forget. And then I would speak in the ear that she's deaf in, and I do it on accident. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she can't hear me. She would tell me. I would literally forget. It wouldn't even be on purpose. I would intend to speak on speak in that ear. It just happened. Um, you said you think it's easier for you to learn a spoken. Yeah, it's not easy. I would not say it's easy for me being dyslexic. It's not easy to learn spoken language. And only reason why it's hard to do signing is because you have to remember the rule about using your dominant hand for all the signs. And then it's hard. And then it's also extra hard when you use both hands because then you're like, oh my gosh, like if you do the thing wrong, it can f everything up. Like because sometimes I remember some people. I remember when I was first learning in college about it. Well, not first. Technically, it's the second time. My cousin taught me some signs when I was She had taught me the alphabet and stuff, and I had learned it in college too. But she was honestly the first person I learned sign language from. It was my cousin. But I didn't learn some of the fluent, like the more conversational signs until I went to college. Now, it's been honestly, it's been 10. Oh my gosh, it's been 10 years since I learned sign language. I don't know ever. I don't remember every single sign. Honestly, having a conversation with a deaf person is very difficult for me personally because I'm not fluent in it, and when you're not fluent in something, it makes plus my anxiety. Because I have anxiety, so doing that, holding a conversation with someone is fluent in that's fluent in sign language, and I'm not fluent in it, makes me underconfident, which makes me mess up more. Let's just be real. Um, like Oh wow. I think it's interesting you understand me then. You get it. That's your sister, but for me, I it's my cousin, so I can believe it. I think it's really interesting. Um and dang. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I just think it's cool to get her I thought it was cool to get her I wanted her perspective on that. I wasn't for that video. I wanted her perspective or her sorry her input on it because she actually is deaf partially. I thought it was an interesting idea to do because I was like, oh, because we I have my own viewpoint because I am actually her relative, and I also had the viewpoint of being a student of a deaf professor. So I was like, let me do both of those experiences on both of those videos. So like we have two different. I have two different. I have a side, two different sides technically, or I guess maybe three different sides because two are mine and one is my relative. So yeah. And honestly, I was grateful for her giving me that response because I didn't know, because I didn't know anyone. Unfortunately, I didn't know anyone that was blind, so I couldn't get my response on that because I don't know anyone that's blind. So I couldn't do that. But yeah, um, I'm thinking, um, trying to think. I'm thinking because I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to think of what to say. Um, Honestly, out of the favorite, I'm thinking my favorite shows now, out of the grouping that I have. You said you get the paradox you often get so nervous about missing something that I miss everything. Honestly, for me, because my anxiety plus my disabilities, my anxiety on top of my disabilities makes things way freaking harder. Particularly with my being dyslexic. Not that the autistic side or the ADHD side aren't touched, but being dyslexic, and also for definitely I know for sign language, not every because like not everything is touched. Like one's I can't remember because I dang because it's been 10 years, so I'm trying because when I first came out of college and we had like a sign language thing we had to do with these kids, I was fluent in it. I remembered exactly what it was because I didn't keep up currently on those skills. I can't remember if certain signs. I know certain signs you could do. You had to do with two hands, like sometimes, or it would be multiple touches. Like I remember there was one with there's one with family members that is a it's a way you touch your face. I can't remember us. I can't remember the signs though, but I remember that they are like certain signs you have to use both hands, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if you even though you're not like, because for all we know, for all I know, I could be cursing without actually trying to do that. I don't. That's the one thing I think we didn't learn, which is great. I don't think we learned curse words in there. I don't want to learn curse words in sign language. It's already hard enough to learn language. I would not want to learn how to curse in that. I really loved my I did love my professor. She was awesome. She didn't make you feel like even though she couldn't hear me, she never made me feel like she never made me feel bad when I wasn't signing the right way. I was just like appreciate her because I don't think she didn't know about my disability. I don't, well, she probably read my paper about disabilities because I have to give every professor that, but I think it's really cool that, I was really cool to watch, and I remember, and particularly for that particular course, for the sign language course, we had to do two different. I think we had to go to two different events for like uh, deaf people like in the community. Like I think each maybe it was either I can't remember if it was each. I can't remember. I think it might have been each little session we did. We had to do like a couple of darn events. It was really cool to watch to see, but it felt intimidating at the same time because and then that must be how she must feel all the freaking time because she lives in a hearing world. I'm not saying everyone is hearing because not everyone's hearing, of course, but I feel like that must be how it feels for her. Like it must be very overwhelming and intimidating to be around people that are always hearing. We a lot of times people that are hearing take things for granted. Honestly, I feel like I guess similar to how neurotypicals take a lot of things for granted, that the neurodivergency and the disability community do not tend to take for granted. So I think it's either one. And of course, I know she's part of the disability community, but I think because I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. I just was thinking because I was thinking that thought because I remember this one event. I felt freaking stressed though. It was like in a coffee. It was in a Starbucks at on campus, and we had to go to this. I was like, oh my gosh, like because I felt like I was walking to a different world because I knew that it was going to be like people signing, and I'm not like fluent in signs, and then you can't talk, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, that's what I was thinking. I'm not gonna lie, so I was thinking, oh f, I'm screwed because if I can't talk, that means I can't use my voice, and I'm thinking this must be how it must feel when you can't because like people that are deaf can't use their voice. I'm not saying they can't use it. They probably feel more comfortable. People even that I've seen on the show Switch to Birth, Emmett, the character who plays Emmett, he did use his voice, but he didn't feel comfortable using it, and I completely understand. That's not the way he learned to communicate, which is completely. Why are you jealous? There's nothing to be jealous about. It ain't nothing to be proud about either. It's whatever. I should say maybe not. It's not exactly on campus, but it's near campus, and it's not that. Let's be honest. It's not that impressive. Let's just be honest. I don't care because I don't care for coffee. I mean Starbucks like that. Or coffee, but the point I'm making is that I wonder. I honestly I think the hearing in the disability community. I don't know if I want to say that because I am part of the hearing disability community. I would say sometimes some of us take things for granted that we should not take for granted because there are people that are in the disability community that are nonverbal. There are people in the disability community that are deaf. People that can't actually use their voices, but they can use their voice at the same time because, particularly, I would say the deaf can use their voice because sign language is a voice. May not be audible, but it is a voice. And also they have interpreters, so that's one good thing there. Um, Thinking. But I think you would like Switch That Birth, Nick. I don't know for a fact you would like it, but Man, it is intense, especially when I be watching them argue on the show. I'm like, oh shit, they're arguing. And you can tell they're arguing because it's like their faces change, and then the way they sign gets more intense. I swear, it is. I honestly, I think what's her name is the best. I'm trying to think what her name. How to say her name is it? Marley Matlin. I like her. I like her. She's really good. She's a good actress. Um, yeah, I think I'm sorry for the truck. I think that's what that is. That's going past the house. But yeah, I think that even if you're in the disability community, you can still take things for granted because there's stuff some of us can do that others cannot, and we're like, okay, this comes easy to us. Why doesn't it come easy to other people? And so we can think, oh, this is everyone should have no problem doing this, but we don't know everybody's limitations, so we should not like, say, this should be easy. Like, I'm pretty sure people look at me and think, oh, everything comes simply to her, which is not even true at all. Um, I struggle with things like everyone else. I am part of the disability community. I have my struggles and my strengths and weaknesses, just like everyone else. Um, I think that we got to be careful about what assumptions we push on people because you don't know how damaging they can be. I have no idea where you can find a good. I don't even know if there is any trailers for Switch to Birth nowadays. It's been this show came out in 2011 and it went off in 2000 I think 17. I think. Wait, let me see. 2000 and hold on, maybe. Let me look at it. Hold on, see. Let me see if it says 2017. Hold on. I am currently watching it, but I can't remember what year. I should say I am rewatching it because I already watched it the first time. I loved it when it was on there because it's like kind of like one of the main characters is around my age for real, so and the other one is not. She's older. I don't know where you can find. Maybe they might have someone Twitch. They might have someone YouTube, but I'm not certain because I don't know if they took them down because sometimes they take things down if they've been too long. Let's see. It went off and yeah, it went off in 2017, I think. Let's see, 17, yeah, April 2. Man, I just realized both my shows were around the same time. This show, no, I'm not talking. Yeah, I don't know about the movie. I have no idea. I didn't watch the movie. I don't think I watched the movie. But I definitely watched the show. The show is, oh my gosh, the show is really good. I really like it. But I also know why I like it. It's not just because I like that it has the element of, I don't even know what that means, and I don't really care what you have to say. Factors in. Thanks, Nick. Um, oh, oh yes. The reason why I like the show Switched at Birth that was done in 2011 is because it has the extra element of the disability community. I feel like it wouldn't be as good if it didn't have that element in there. I'm just saying, personally myself, but also because I feel like definitely for me personally myself, being able to see people that are maybe not exactly like me, but are part of the disability community and getting them allowed to actually get actual roles in movie and shows and movie shows and all this stuff to me is I am so sorry. I think it's like a dirt bike or something, whatever. That's always coming near this area. But the point is, I think if it didn't have the element, I don't know if I would have liked it as much because I feel like it gives. I'm trying to think how to say it. It gives something extra to the show to me personally because I love how there's you get like kind of two different cultures in one show. You have a hearing culture and then you have a deaf culture. And honestly, I really like the deaf culture. I ain't gonna lie. I may not know everything, but the one thing I'll say, at least even if I don't know all the signs, they put the darn subtitles up there, which is this why I like that too. I love that because I realize it's not just there's not just a deaf audience watching the show. There's also a hearing audience that they actually cater to both. So I think it's really cool to see both sides. Like the one thing I'll say is back when it was on air, the thing that sucked is when if you were doing something at the time that they were signing because you can't hear it, you're thinking, oh my gosh, you must have won a commercial. No, it didn't go commercial. You're just not looking, and so you're missing a key point in the series. So like, I mean, like for the one thing I will say for Hulu, it being on Hulu, at least if I miss something, I can back it up and restart that part because like the thing about when it was on air, you couldn't back that thing up. You couldn't back up the darn thing and like say, oh, I missed this part. Because sometimes there's major events on the series that happen, and you're like, oh shoot, I missed it because I'm thinking, oh, they're not talking. Um, and I do love, and one of the episodes, they show what it would have been like if the daughters were raised by the actual families in the series. And I thought it was really cool to see that because you got to see the vantage point of if the characters actually had their original, you know, parents, and you get to see like the inner workings. You get to see the friendships and the different things that were not there because, well, the way they were. I just think it's really cool. Like for me, I know when I first watched this series, Switch to Birth, um, I think I don't think I really. It's not that I didn't grasp the concepts of what was happening. It's just because I was like, oh, this. Because at points I actually felt like even though I wasn't actually physically deaf, I'm not actually. It wasn't born deaf. I felt like I was deaf because they give you the experience of that because there's no sound. Like all you hear is you can hear a little bit of the whispering of what the words are if you're paying or if you're focusing on the face or whatever, you can see that. But if you're not paying attention on that, you won't see and you won't realize any of it. Like I think it's really awesome they have real people that are deaf in the Durham series. I love it. They have a whole thing. They have a whole school in the show. There's a whole cast of characters that are actually deaf. Some of them might be even hard of hearing. I know the girl who plays Daphne is hard of hearing, but she can actually speak. Though she has Meniere's disease. Something I covered on this channel in a video. Where you start losing your hearing. It's actually genetic. I think her dad, and her sister also have Meniere's disease, if I remember right. Her name is Katie Leclerc. Leclerc. Um, yeah, that's the one thing they said. They even said at like deaf proms and other like events with dancing and music, they have to put their music up so loud that they can feel the vibration. But for people that are hearing that, I liked in the movie, well, at least in the series, it was in the first season of Switch at Birth. They had where Faye went to Daphne and Emmett's prom or homecoming dance or whatever. I think it was homecoming event. And so she had to put the little things in her ears because like she can hear, so that would blow her ears out because it's that loud. Like they even like all the hearing people, even the volunteers at the thing, some of them were hearing because Faye's parents, which are hearing, which would have been Daphne's, went to Daphne's prom to like chaperone, so they put the little things in their ears so they don't go deaf. I can't imagine how loud it must have been if they had to put earplug things in there, and I bet it didn't like block out a lot of the noise. It probably blocked out some of it, but I can't even imagine. They had to honestly. I didn't even. You know what I was watching? I was watching Degrassi, the new, sort of next generation, and I didn't realize because I was young when that first came out. It was only 9 when it first came out because that happened. It started in 2001. That particular generation that series did. So I'm like, oh my gosh, there are so many. Like they show about different disabilities. Like Liberty had dyscalculia, which is the math version of the math dyslexia or having trouble with numbers, and then Spinner or Gavin's character has ADD, and he would take Ritalin. So I was like, dude, this is like, and I said to myself, I said, I wish, dang on it, I said, I wish this had been like I had saw this when I was like, I wish this had been out when I was maybe a teenager. I was thinking, dude, this is like I was thinking, what the hell? I wish I had known about this because I probably wouldn't have felt as bad about some of my disabilities back when I was like growing up because I didn't realize this was like a more common thing. Yeah, they had a one called Degrassi New Class. I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't even know if I did or not. If I did, I don't remember. Dang, I think I might have watched the news. I didn't like the news. I didn't like the next class as much as I liked the the next generation is better, I think, the original. And the reason I like that series is because I feel like I relate more to them, even though they're a little bit older than me. They're about what, 5 to 7. Well, some are 7, 5, and 3 years difference and the age for me. So yeah, because I look at the ages when I be looking at like where they are in life. Sometimes it's not weird to do that. Sometimes when I'm watching something, like you know what I think is really cool, because I did not realize this until I watched the Grassy back. I forgot that Drake got his start kind of on that series. Like Drake was on that series before he like became Drake. Like I'm talking about the rapper, not talking about Drake and Jaws. Drake as in the rapper Drake. He's from Canada. Um, yeah. I'm not listening. I'm not about to be talking to no troll, so you can go away. Um, you said as a kid you used to watch Full House, but you never watched I never watched Fuller House. Yeah, I don't think I could watch Fuller House because I liked Full House. That was a great series too. I like that series. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch. I don't always try to watch spin-offs. It depends on what I feel like. Some movies I didn't realize there were spin-offs. For example, like I didn't realize Freaky Friday was, I'm sorry, I should say a remake. I didn't realize that was a remake, and I did not realize that Parent Trap was a remake, the one that Lindsay Lohan did. I didn't realize those two Lindsay Lohan movies were remakes of. I did not know, but dang, I'm sorry, but I liked them. I couldn't find the ones that they were the originals. So yeah, and thank you for blocking the trolls for me, Nick. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was sad when I saw that he died. Because sometimes, you know what's weird? Because sometimes what I'll do, like even when I finish watching the Golden Girls and Golden Palace, I was like, dang, all the people, all the ladies on that show are all like dead now. It sucks. Like that's literally what I was thinking. Because I was gonna say Betty White's alive, but she's not alive, and I would know because like the reason I remember is because I share her birthday, so I would know if she was alive. Because I swear, I told my mom, I told her, I said, I'm gonna be 30 and she's gonna be 100, and that didn't work out because I'm like now 33, and she would have been 103, but that didn't work. So yeah, I swear, I told my mom, I was a baby when she was 70. Well, she was 70 years old when I was just being born. That's freaking crazy. I said that to her. It's true. It's exactly true. Um, but yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised I have as much energy because I really didn't have good sleep at all last night. Had this stupid dream about my sister. It was stupid because this idiot, this idiot in my dream, like, told me this roundabout way to get to the hospital, and then my sister in the dream was dying, and I'm thinking, what the, I said it in my brain, I think it was before I woke up. I said, if I find this piece of garbage that told me this roundabout way to get to the freaking hospital, I'm going to hurt them. And then I woke up, and then I couldn't go back to sleep very well because I was scared I was going to have another nightmare. So I was like, okay, this is not happening to me. And it was weird because like when we got to the hospital in the dream, she like said this thing to me, and I'm thinking she's still alive, thank God. Oh no, because I swear, because she was like gonna die, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not happening. Like this is not happening to me. Then I don't have any energy. Let's be honest. I have like this amount of energy, Nick. So you can. I don't know how you're gonna get a little bit of energy to yourself. That's not gonna work out for you. At least I don't think I don't know how it is. It's funny. But that's my point is I didn't sleep very well. I went to bed like how the time was it? I was watching Degrassi before I went to bed. I'm gonna need that to not to do that. And the thing is, I didn't watch anything scary. Sometimes it happens when I watch scary things before I go to sleep. I haven't been watching scary things on purpose lately too, or scary or true crime stuff before I go to bed on purpose because it comes into my subconscious. So I purposely stop trying to watch those before I go to sleep. I either want to watch a comedy or I wish that's how it worked. Like I told the sun to use some energy if that actually worked that way. It don't work that way, unfortunately. Because if that was the worst case, if that was the case, I could have asked when I asked my coworker when I was working in the school system, if I could have their energy, it would actually have came on me. That which would have been awesome. But then it'd be bad because I probably take too much energy of theirs because I'm thinking I need more and you have too much, and then yeah, that would not be fair to them. But like I was saying, I was watching Degrassi before I went to sleep. So I don't know, and nothing bad happened in Degrassi, so I don't know where the hell that nightmare came from. And I don't like nightmares when involves my family members. I hate that shit. Like out of all the nightmares I hate that one the most. Having nightmares when it comes to my family. Uh, because I don't get why they're in a nightmare. No, why is things happening to them?